Gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another edition of HPL Game of the Week. Today we get to witness one of the coolest traditions, in my opinion, in college football, the Penn State Whiteout game, as the number 8 Penn State Nittany Lions and Dallator host Captain Dad, the number 9 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. Joining me in the commentary booth is Wuchia, the birthday boy. So happy birthday, Wuchia. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. It's my birthday today. Not the best day to have it on, but, it's still a day where I was born, and I'm just happy to enjoy it by watching this amazing rivalry we have here today.
Yes, Penn State and Ohio State, one of the bigger rivals for the Nittany Lions, I feel like, since they joined the Big Ten back in the 90s, specifically picked up a lot of traction with that 2016 win over when Ohio State was number 2 and through the Saquon Barkley years, but recently the rivalry has been dominated by the Buckeyes. They lead the all-time series 24-14 and are currently on a 7-game win streak against the Nittany Lions. So we'll see if that can be snapped in this alternate timeline here today as we are about to witness the Penn State Whiteout. A lot of different teams do the Whiteout, but Penn State definitely owns the original. As we see, yes, the crowd is whited out.
This crowd is just one of the toughest crowds to play in college football, no matter what your opinion is. This crowd is just different. Better than NFL crowds, in my opinion. Nobody could top this. It's just in a crazy atmosphere. And Ohio State has to come in ready and prepared because this crowd is going to be loud. They're going to mess up their plays. But at the end of the day, they just have to execute properly.
See Ohio State rocking the white jerseys with the red pants, a combo we don't see them wear a lot. And Penn State, Penn State, very classic, doesn't like to change their uniforms a lot, rocking the classic navy top, white pants combination. As we'll get this started, Penn State will receive the first half kickoff in this battle for Big Ten supremacy. Both of them, I didn't check the conference standings, but both of them currently ranked inside the playoffs. So if you win this game, Uchi, do you think this locks you in for the playoffs?
Depends what the rest of the schedule looks like, to be honest. I think there's definitely some trap games for both teams. But I think if this game you win, you get a little bit of a boost into the playoffs. Not solidifying yourself, but a little boost.
Here we go. Drew Aller in the shotgun formation for the first play of the game. Go play action. Fake. Trying to find him. It's intercepted. First play of the game. The Buckeyes trying to take the crowd out of it early, and they'll take over on the Penn State 34. Aller just making a mistake on the first play of the game, and that is big for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
You just can't do that. I don't know what Aller was thinking. He had someone over the middle on the drag route. He's just forcing the issue first play. You just can't do that. Now it gives Ohio State momentum. Dropping back to throw underneath. It's just a bummer for Penn State. Got the ball. Now giving Ohio State great field position to score. You don't want to go down early. But
made by Abdul Carter. Very Micah Parsons-esque, wearing his jersey number as well, that being the number 11. Micah Parsons now has gone on to have a very successful career with the Cowboys, and he's still very young. Just one of the many great Nittany Lions that comes to mind. As here we go, 2nd and 8, Judkins in the backfield, Howard under center. Justin can get the handoff to the left. He cuts back up, and that's going to be a stop behind the line. Kevin Winston Jr., the safety, getting him the play. Now it's 3rd and long.
Just an unnecessary cut there. He could have just went outside. I don't know what was the need to cut back inside. Probably felt something, but could have just kept going. Would have get at least 2 yards, but we're looking at a 3rd and 10 here for the Buckeyes.
Howard going to look over to the sideline. The transfer from Kansas State, dropping back to throw. He's going to scramble out to the left. He's going to get brought down. Abdul Carter making his presence known early. And now it'll be 4th and 16 from the 40. And Howard is holding his hip as he gets up. Is that an injury? I guess we'll find out.
I think it's okay, but that's a big stop from the Penn State defense after turning it over early on offense in the first play,
Can
especially
he
as the
can he
Buckeyes trying to
sink
go
a
for the field
field
goal here.
goal? A long field goal, and it's not even close. Looks like that kick in the Sugar Bowl from the Ohio State Buckeyes. And Penn State will get the ball at the 40. So both drives ending unsuccessfully here. Do you think this is going to set the tone for a defensive game here?
I think it will. Both of these teams have good defenses, but you just never know at the end of the day. One of the offenses will get a big play, and that's what Penn State's going to need right here as the clock is winding down. Too many audibles. Aller back to throw.
Back to
Throws
throw,
it,
and it's
double
almost
coverage.
intercepted again.
Just forcing it. I don't know. You got to relax here. Don't need to be so pass heavy. Run the ball. You have Singleton back there. I don't see why you pass it so early.
You know, you're surprised. You know, usually when you watch Penn State, Nick Singleton touches the ball on the first or second play of the game. I mean, they've only run 3 plays, so we'll see what they got cooking up here. Second and 10, Aller in the shotgun still with Singleton behind him. And it will be a run. Singleton going to run straight into a wall, and it's going to be 3rd and 10.
You know, if you're Penn State here, you just got to figure out something. You got to stop with these play actions because obviously we haven't gained enough with them. Maybe just try a regular pass out the gun, something short underneath. Hopefully your receivers can create something.
And 10, Drew Aller making an adjustment. See something. Gonna roll out to the right. Gonna find his tight end. It's gonna be dropped and almost caught off the deflection. It'll be 4th and 10, and out comes the Nittany Lion punt team.
You know, it's a good stop there by the Buckeyes defense. After not converting any points on the turnover, this is a terrible punt by the Nittany Lions.
Oh, ball's on the ground. Ohio State picks it up, though, and Ohio State will have it at the 45. You know, that ball hit off the returner. That was technically a fumble. I think he just dropped it.
You know, Penn State just not getting off to the start that they wanted, muffing the punt, and just throwing a pick first play of the first game. You know, just can't do that. Just a momentum killer as Ohio State coming out, 2 receivers to the left. Penn State showing blitz. Judkins with the ball.
Judkins, the transfer from Ole Miss, going to get stopped after a gain of 2. I enjoyed seeing Judkins play a lot because he did not leave Oxford on good terms, and I can appreciate that.
As Ohio State coming out, shotgun formation. Howard still pretty cold. Play action underneath. 3rd and inches. That was too
short.
Scott Jr., I think is his last name. Not too sure. Couldn't really see well, but 3rd and inches. I would assume they're running the ball here. You know, that's the RPO doesn't hurt either. You want to have options.
What can the Penn State defensive coordinator draw up to try to get the Buckeyes off the field? Handoff. Henderson, he's going to be stuffed behind the line. 4th and 2 now, ball on the 47, and out comes the Buckeyes punt team.
You know, I would have went for the RPO, definitely. But a run's not bad in that situation, but you got to have Judkins out there. As Ohio State's going to punt here. I would have went for it, but, you know, I think it's just too early in the game. As that's going to be a good punt by Ohio State.
Puts him back at the 6.
You know, that's the punt Penn State should have got right there earlier. Just putting them back, not giving them good field position. But at the end of the day, defense held strong. Aller in the pistol gives to Singleton. Singleton wants a hole. In.
Break up.
There he goes.
Tackled by the safety when he's hurt.
He's injured. He's hurt.
He's not acting like it, but Nick Singleton, I believe, will have to come off for a play after that big run. Maybe the hit jarred something up there in his chest. As yes, Nick Singleton's not on the field here.
That's big if you're Penn State. One of your star players going down early in the game. Hopefully he's okay, but we're back in the pistol here. Allen looking
Fair
to
with
the
the depth of
sideline.
the running back room, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. You shouldn't really change your game plan that much. There you go, right back to Allen. He only gains a yard. Aller lined up in the shotgun formation by himself here.
Not sure if 5 wide's the smartest formation to run here, but something different. As it's
He's got
complete.
Clifford. He's got space. Makes a move. Could be pulled down by Caleb Downs. First down, Penn State. And finally, some offensive life here in this game.
That's what you needed there from Penn State. Aller making the great throw on the corner route. Just great body movement to catch that ball and just running with it. Those are back in the shotgun here. Aller. Audibles. Or is going to try to. Here we go. Oh, off the edge.
Brought down in the backfield.
Edge. You cannot let that happen. The tackle is asleep there. After that big gain, you just cannot let Aller get sacked there. Just a momentum killer so far. Hopefully they can gain it back. Drops back to throw.
Aller in trouble again. He's going to find Clifford wide open. First down, Penn State.
And that's one way to get the momentum back. Just to forget everything that just happened there. Aller improvising, rolling out to find Clifford, the one who made the big play the last time, making another big play here again, as that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. 0-0 heading into the second.
Drew Aller, the Ohio native, leading Penn State, and Will Howard, the Pennsylvania native, leading Ohio State. Both quarterbacks trying to get something. We'll see if Drew's got something here as he's got this ball on the Buckeye 29 here to start the second quarter.
Ohio State showing blitz. Aller looking to the sideline. Singleton's back in, and he gets stuffed at the line of loss of 2.
With Ohio State and Penn State, the defensive talent that both of these schools have put into the league, you just know that both of these teams are going to have a stout defense. And I think that is why we're seeing what we're seeing right now with this just defensive slugfest so far.
Absolutely. Defenses wins championships, and these teams have 2 of the best defenses in college football. As Nick Singleton is stopped again, we're going no huddle here for Penn State. Aller back to throw, rolls out, and he's going to be sacked.
And that's going to make this field goal a 57-yarder.
Jack Swart just getting in there. If you're Aller, gotta make an audible for a pass protection there. You would have had something. You had 3 running backs. I'm sorry, but we're gonna kick the field goal here, and it is no good.
Just short.
Just not enough power there. Had the right angle. Not a lot of people in the HPRL league make these field goals from that far, but he had the angle, just not enough power there.
Out comes the Ohio State offense once again with good field position here.
Howard drop back to throw. Scott Jr. with the reception. Scott Jr. first down and more. I think there was a mess up in the coverage there. I don't know if Penn State open for some reason. Don't know why. Here, 1st and 10 at the, 46-yard line. Yep. Howard back to throw. Looking for something. Scott Jr. drops it.
Just dropped it. I'm not sure what that was. He just kind of looked at the ball and just hot potatoed it to the sideline.
If Howard waited an extra second, he had Judkins down the sideline for a touchdown, essentially. I don't know if you saw it from the booth, but I saw Judkins wide open down the sideline. It would have been a touchdown. Missed points for Ohio State.
I was too busy looking at Abdul Carter get pancaked on that last one. He still did. Lost at 18 on the play.
If you're Howard, you just got to throw that ball away. You can't get sacked for that much. Now it's 3rd and long. Got to hope for a play here. Most likely get up in the punt. Duke Carter,
Can I speak on that
just
play?
representing the Micah Parsons number here today.
So the game decided to fucking lag hard on that. Do not know why.
28.
28. Howard dropping back to throw. Going to check it down to Henderson. He's going nowhere. It's going to be another punt for this Ohio State offense. Frustrating day. Not a day you want to be an offensive coordinator.
Absolutely not. But it's the day you want to be a defensive coordinator because this is the games where you get paid the big bucks. There's going to be a fair catch here. Ball out to the 20-yard line.
Dude, just look at that. Negative 26 rushing yards. Ohio State has negative 1 total yards of offense so far this game. And Penn State, aside from that last drive, not much better.
You just got to wonder which defense gives up first, Ohio State's or Penn State's. I feel
this
like
game might end 2-0.
Safety, crazy. As Singleton gets the ball, we got a flag here on the
It's
play.
coming back. I believe it's a hold on the Penn State O-line. Yeah, it is the left guard.
Just cannot let flags change the course of your game, especially with a team like Ohio State. Pushes them back to 1st and 18. Aller, play action. Hits to underneath. Almost a first down. He gets it. Extends it.
They're going to mark him ahead of the marker. First down, Penn State.
No huddle here. Trying to tire out this Ohio State defense. Safety comes down. Almost a run. Singleton with the carry. Rolls. Gain of 4.
Rolling good 4 there.
I think we've seen a change of tempo here out of Penn State with this turbo offense. Singleton with the carry again. A gain of 3. Gotta remember, Singleton got injured early in this game. You don't want to get him tired and maybe get him injured once again and be out for longer.
Take us to the 2-minute warning here. Ball on the 37. Penn State could use a score bad here before halftime, even if it's just a field goal.
Points are points. You can't get mad at it, especially for a game like this where it's defensive. You really can't get mad at that. As Aller drops back here, 3rd and 3.
And he's going to float it in. Picked off Styles, the safety. Aller just not reading the field so far today. He might have had his check down on the other side for a first. He lobs it up and Sonny Styles comes down with it, the linebacker. And now Ohio State at the 40.
Just gotta wonder.
Just an
could have done something else there.
Turn of events. Once again, another drive cut short.
Now this gives Ohio State even a good chance to score here. Good field position as up the middle.
Breaking up and now at the 27, first down.
Ohio State has to score here. You just got a good field position too many times. You got to capitalize at least once.
So if you're the Buckeyes coach here, Uchia, how aggressive are we pushing for the end zone? Are we kind of trying to lay back and line up a field goal? Or are we trying to get 7 since we're the closest we've been all day to the end zone?
We could settle for 3. Ohio State gets ball at half. So no matter what you score here, you're still going into the half of points, and you're coming into the half with the ball. So either or, touchdown or field goal, it's still a win-win at the end of the day.
Tony Rojas on that stop for the Nittany Lions. 2nd and 10, clock's ticking. Stadium's getting a little loud here. Howard's got a man over the middle. It's Smith. Can he make a man miss? He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. They strike first. And at this point in the game, you wonder, will that be the only score we see today?
That's just heartbreaking for Penn State. You just didn't want them to score there. You wanted to hold them to at least 3. A touchdown just changes the plans in the offense and the defense, especially since they get the ball after the half. You just needed to stop them there.
That's disappointing. That's got to take the life out of this Nittany Lion crowd a little bit. You have the ball near midfield at the 2-minute warning. You end up turning the ball over, and now you're down 7-0. Oh, they might break it. He saw light on that kickoff return. almost broke through. That would have been huge to get this game back not at even.
You know, if you're Penn State, you just gotta score something here to limit the damage. So even if it's a field goal, at least you go into the half with some points, and hopefully you get a stop in the first drive of the half against Ohio State. As Allen making audibles here.
Oh. Aller's got Fleming out there, first down, Penn State. I think overall, Penn State's been the more successful offense. They just got to finish drives off better than they have been. You know, these interceptions, these punt, the missed field goal. Penn State's got it figured out. They just got to finish drives better.
Just way too many mistakes here, especially in a crucial game like this. Allen back to throw.
Going deep
double
and
coverage
picked
again, and
off
it's intercepted.
again. Burke might
Again,
run
let the
this one
mistakes.
back. Burke makes a man miss. Burke going to the sideline, gonna cut back. Cuts back again to the 5. Touchdown, Ohio State. He runs the interception back over 60 yards, and now it is a multiple score game.
Just gotta wonder what's going through the mind of Dallas or the head coach and Drew Aller. If they're just miscuing or it's just the plays that they drew up going to the game just not working.
3 picks so far on the day for Ohio State.
Ohio State kicks it off here. Gonna get stopped at the 18-yard line. Yep, 19. You know, this just hurts for Penn State because, like I said earlier, they get the ball. Ohio State gets the ball coming out of the half, and now they have a 14-point lead. That could possibly extend to a 21-point lead if Penn State doesn't get any points here. Allen back to throw. Has the zig. Gets it incomplete.
We do want to take a moment to look around the country. Some of the notable scores from the week. First of all, number 2 Louisville and DJ made the trip out to Heredia and Death Valley and Clemson. They got the job done, winning 31-0. Then go down to the SEC. Florida pulls an upset. Pablo Escobar beats Mason Pope, and now Nick Singleton breaks off a run. And do we have life from this Penn State offense? We shall see, as it is now 1st and 10 on the other side of the field at the 40. Running back screen going to go to Allen. Allen's going to try to make a man miss. He does. Going to get brought down by Downs. Another first down.
You know, Penn State is rumbling down, you know, getting into point range, field goal range, getting something at least. This is what they needed to limit the damage. They need to get at least 7 here. Allen back to throw. Gets sacked. Just cannot let that happen. Everything was going your way.
Penn State out of timeouts now.
As Penn State's going to run the ball here. Interesting play call. Loss of yards. No timeouts. They're going to have
to get back to the line.
Do something here. Questionable play calling by the head coach or offensive coordinator. Aller back to throw. Underneath the
Got to get out of bounds. He does not get out of bounds. Clark's going to keep running. Got to run the field goal team out there.
I don't think they have time for it. They have to go for it here. Wasted way too much time.
Offense stays on the field. Aller got to take a snap. They got to go to the end zone. Are they going to get snap off? Yes, they do. Aller back to throw. Going over the middle, knocked away. No points once again. That'll bring us to the halftime. 14-0 the score. Ohio State in front. Frustrating half for both teams, but I feel like if you're a Buckeyes fan, you can feel confident here getting the ball back after half.
You know, that's just very interesting play calling there. I would have at least saved the timeout when Allen went down. You didn't need to call it immediately. Could have ran into another play, then called a timeout after, but interesting play call. Just to end up with no points going to the half is just a killer for Penn State.
Now, if you're Ohio State, this needs to be a long drive to just slowly suck the life out of this Penn State defense. As that's not a good start if you were rooting for that. Zane Durant gets in on the tackle, hits Judkins behind the line. It's going to be 2nd and 11.
I think you can do that too offensively by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help.
You know, this is just a good stop by Penn State coming out of the half. Stuffing the run as we're 5 wide here to start early. Jet touch pass. Finds the hole. Hits the hole.
Smith, does he get it? He does. First down.
You just kind of let Ohio State get into the rhythm here. They get into a rhythm and they score one more time, no matter what it is. I think that could be the dagger, essentially. Because Penn State's offense just cannot execute no matter what you put in front of them. Hand off to Henderson. Henderson, I feel like he could have had a touchdown if he didn't cut back in. It looked like he had one, but he's cut back in, hit the hole. And if you broke that other tackle, he would have been gone.
Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Run the football, you're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
And the Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again.
Another handoff. They just kind of feed these running backs, trying to milk some time off the clock. Henderson is not in a good shape, though.
I don't think that matters if
Looking a
you're
little
Ohio
shaken
State.
up after that last play.
Got so much depth, they're just giving it to them, keep feeding them.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and
You
7.
see Judkins into the game now. Stadium pulse, crowd getting back into it a little bit. Judkins going to try to solve that. First down and more. Judkins breaking to the end zone. 10-5 touchdown Buckeyes.
You know, that's essentially the dagger right there. Even in the third quarter, I don't think Penn State could come back from that. Down from 21. Just a heartbreaker here.
They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up.
Down 20-0, 21 pending the extra point. They're definitely going to have to come out and hurry up. They've got to get this ball into the end zone, and they've got to get it back quick.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick.
Extra point is up and good. A 5-play, 75-yard drive. Ohio State taking a commanding 21 lead. 21-0 lead.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5.
Ivy gonna get this kick. He might return it all the way to the 50, the 40, the 30. Stopped and pulled down around the 23. You gotta take advantage of this if you're Penn State. You gotta score quick. The best position you've had all day. You know, he's been looking to break one off so far, and he finally gets one all the way down on the other side of the field. As this was going to be stuffed, that's not a good start for the drive.
You know, just you have one thing, but you have just multiple bad things happen right after. If you're Penn State, as you drop back, hit the underneath, tries to spin, gets stopped. 3rd and 11, you know, just after getting that kick return and not possibly getting anything after that, it's just a killer.
But the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back. Man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need to stiff arm.
Allen's going to come out here, 2 receivers to the left.
3rd and 11 on the crossing route. Throws another risky pass. And as our buddy always Joker would say, the analytics say go for it here on 4th down. You've got, because a field goal is still a 3-score game, in my opinion, and in the analytics opinion, you go for this here.
You know, he had his other tight end over the middle. Don't know why he lobbed it to the other one, but I think it's, I don't know, Allen's just not in the groove.
Play action fake, throw it, safety knocks it down. Ohio State will get the ball back.
Just a killer, man. Getting that kick return and just not getting anything, just demoralizing, to be honest with you. And off to
Judkins
Judkins
gonna
with the
break free
hole.
again. Gonna get past the 50. Can the safety track him down? Yes, he can. All the way down to the 30, though. Judkins has lit up the stat sheet on these last 2 runs alone. 5 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown to go with it, as Henderson is still recovering from an injury.
As you know, we said that this is going to be a defensive game. This has been an Ohio State game. Penn State just cannot execute on offense. Looks like all life's been sucked out of them on defense. Just gotta wonder. Judkins with the handoff again. Gain of 4, 3rd and 3.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game, running the football.
Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to
Hand off to Judkins. He's gonna be stopped short. It's gonna be 4th and 1.
If you're Ohio State, you go for it here. 4 for 1. Running games were looking strong so far. Or do you just kick it here? What would you do?
You know, I'm all for being aggressive. If you go for it and you get it, then you have a chance to make it a 4-score game. Even if you don't get it, you're pinning Penn State all the way back here, and they've been unable to move the ball. So I'd go for it, and it agrees. Seems like Captain agrees with me. Does he get it? He's stopped! Penn State will get the ball back. That'll bring up the 4th quarter here and the whiteout here at Penn State.
You know, I feel like Captain, and he got that there. I don't know. Interesting call, but I feel like he definitely had that first down there. Not too sure.
Yeah, the refs take a look at it and they say he didn't.
Now, if you're Penn State here, what do you do? What do you do to get something? Some points
You
on
got to
the
throw the
board?
ball. You got to throw the ball deep. You got to find your mismatches, find your guys that get open. As this running back pass to Singleton is going to be pulled down in bounds, clock will keep ticking. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You've got the big lead, so you can get big leads.
You know, just got to wonder for Singleton's health as well going into next week. Is Singleton going to be 100% into next week after the beatings you've caught in here today? Out with an injury. His risk for injuries was pretty high again. As Singleton gives the handoff, spin move, 1st down. As we go turbo offense here for Penn State. Trying to use less time to score. Out to his tight end. Gain of 3.
First catch for him on the day. 2nd and 7. You know, Aller's stat line, if you take away the picks, doesn't look too bad, but the turnovers, the 3 picks, had just been the dagger, if you will.
You just can't throw 3 interceptions in the game and expect to win. It's just not how it goes. Aller about to throw.
Oh, he fits it in the and he just drops it. He fits it in the tight hole. It was jarred loose. As you see, Kyle McCord of Syracuse currently leads the nation in passing touchdowns with 43. Gonna be 3rd and 7. Well, Syracuse survived a scare this week at home against Virginia Tech. The Orange looking mighty strong here. A lot of good football being played in Northeast as they're getting chippy here. Singleton doing a little jawing at that defensive back. 4th and 8, you just got to go for it.
You know, this drive is just probably just for pride at this point. Hopefully just not wanting to get shut out. Aller, bubble
Take
screen.
it to Coles. Can he get the first? No, he can't. Another 4th down stand by the Buckeyes. They're going to go to the booth. What are we going to booth for? Are they gonna say that he got it? Are they gonna reverse this? No, they're not.
And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand.
4 minutes left. The life has been sucked out of State College, Pennsylvania here this evening, as the Buckeyes are going to win their 8th straight over the Nittany Lions.
As for Penn State, what do you do next week? What is your game plan heading into next week?
Well, I think you just attack it like you always do. You know, at 9-3, you could technically still sneak in. It's just gonna make the road a lot harder. You're gonna have to. Your destiny is not in your hands. You're gonna have to rely on a couple other teams around the country losing. As for Ohio State, they put themselves in a very good spot to make the playoffs with this win here tonight. They're going to move to 6-2. Penn State's going to move to 5-3. You wonder how will this affect the rankings? How far will the Buckeyes shoot up after an early season loss to Michigan State? You know, they have bounced back and played well, and on 4th and 6, they're just going to try out the field goal team. It's going to be a long field goal. And they're going to fake it. They're going to fake it, and he doesn't get it.
Yeah, I would have thought he had it if it threw a little bit earlier. But
we saw some controversy earlier in the year in one of these games. Florida State up 21, faking field goals. We'll see if that draws the attention of the NCAA. But we can't think about that now. All we can think about is this offensive drive by Penn State as he makes the catch over there, first down on the other side of the field.
You know, just 2 minutes left heading to the 2-minute warning. Just want to score here. Just to make the scoreboard look better. Just at least have some points. Knowing that you at least scored against this Ohio State defense. As Aller, look at this, Allen audible in constantly. Might confuse the receivers here. Was it audible? Aller play action. Expect to throw. Underneath. Out of bounds. 2nd and 2.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He's going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his 2nd catch so far in this game.
2nd and 2 as we await the play call. Aller with the back to his right and the back behind him. Singleton will get the carry again. He's going to jump over a man. Going to be another first down. Trying to get something to take into next week as momentum as we hit the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning here. Just got to go for a touchdown, even if it's 4th and whatever. Just go for it. Nothing to lose, only to gain. That's for 5 wide here with Aller. Aller goes to Singleton. Singleton, 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1. Turbo offense by Penn State.
Singleton again.
Gotta wonder. Singleton is injured.
Hurt.
I knew
He's
it.
hurt. That is not what you want to see if you're Penn State. Your main source of offense getting hurt in garbage time. We'll see if how severe that is.
Got injured earlier in the game, gets injured once again. Gotta wonder his availability next week. Aller throws in the double coverage, incomplete.
They're gonna say it's an abdominal strain, so I think he'll be okay next week. But I would think that the Penn State coaching staff is not gonna put Singleton back on the field, back in harm's way here tonight. As you know, just if it rains, it pours for the Penn State Nittany Lion faithful here tonight. Just an unfortunate turn of events, as now it is 3rd and 10.
Just back to throw. Has the underneath wide open. Throws it to Clifford. First down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Minute 28 left to score something here. Hands off to Allen. Allen inside zone. Gain of 1. 2nd and goal. No hold offense. Inside zone once again. Allen wide open.
Get in there, touchdown Penn State.
You know,
make the scoreboard look respectable here. Gonna hit a little gritty.
Touchdown just to make it feel a little bit better. You know, they didn't get blown out.
Left here.
But they scored something.
You know,
we
if
can
you're
make
Penn
this.
State, you take away the pick six and you take away the drive where they started off at the 27 and scored. It's a 7-7 game. Like both teams have had 2 long drives for touchdowns. As onside kick team here comes out for the Nittany Lions and going to be recovered. The one-handed recovery by Nelson. That will all but close the book here tonight. 1:11 to go. Handoff Henderson. Henderson was also struggling with injuries, and he's still getting touches.
Especially in garbage time, I'm calling timeout. Okay. Questionable decision by the head coach of Penn State. I think Ohio State's just trying to run out the clock and go home, but Penn State feel like they have more to give, more to show.
They're going to give the ball to Judkins. Judkins going to be stopped at the line. Technically, Penn State is not out of this. They get to stop here and score quick and get an onside, and they're back in it. It's a long shot, but it's a shot.
It's just a shot that's unrealistic, though. Just no need to call the timeout. You already lost. Just take the loss. Don't waste people's time. Just head into next week hoping for a win. Howard hits as he throws.
Caught by Scott, going to be brought down. Clock's going to roll. Nope, timeout. Final timeout. And a field goal here would all but seal it if it's not already sealed.
I would assume Ohio State goes for it since they've been getting spammed by timeouts by Penn State just to seal the game so they don't have another chance.
They're going to go for it here on 4th down. You know, this is a rivalry. There's no love lost between these two teams. That is for certain.
Back to throw.
Going to be sacked. Oh, did he not get it? He didn't get it. Okay, 48 seconds left. Penn State has a chance. Aller back in the backfield by himself in the shotgun formation. Trying to call some audibles, make some adjustments pre-snap. Now he's going to throw it over the middle. Clifford's got it. 1st down. Got to go quick. Clock's going to start rolling. 41 seconds now. Aller dropping back again. Throws to the tight end. Dropped. And I think that was for the betterment, honestly. If he hangs on to it, the clock's still running. This whiteout crowd here clinging on for hope for a Nittany Lion comeback.
Just gotta pray. That's all I can really do here for Penn State.
Aller gonna throw to the tight end again, gonna be brought down in bounds. That's not what you want. Clock's gonna keep rolling. We're gonna be under 30 before he can get the snap off. Aller dropping back once again. The tight end gets out of bounds. He doesn't get the first. It's 4th down. Aller just doesn't have his eyes downfield.
You know, just gotta go for the big play here.
4th and 1. Goes to the check down again. Allen gonna step out of bounds before he gets the marker, and that will do it. The nail in the coffin. Just a careless mistake on a night full of careless mistakes for the Nittany Lions. Ohio State will take a knee, and that will do it. Final score of this one, Buckeyes 21, Nittany Lions 7. We'll get some post-game interviews here in a second as soon as both teams get off the field. The dejected Nittany Lion faithful heading for the exits. Player of the game going to be Judkins. 10 rushes, 102 yards, and a touchdown. Ohio State, like I said, moves to 6-2. Penn State to 5-3. I want to start off with the coach of the Nittany Lions, Dalator. Rough game tonight. Couldn't really move the ball. How do you clean up the turnovers and stuff for the rest of the season? All right, well, Chi, you got any questions for Dalator?
Dalator, you know, as my partner Hale State said, just struggling to move the ball anything that you drew up during practice, did that just get shut down, or is it just the Ohio State defense just controlling the game themselves? All right. As now we
go
move
over
on
to
to the coach of Ohio State.
Hey,
Then
All
we
right,
have Cappy.
Coach.
what's up?
All right, Coach Cap. So we had successful game. Started off sloppy, but you were able to get some momentum, get some rhythm going, and pick up the win here in Happy Valley. You know, how are we feeling, and how you think this lines you guys up for a potential postseason run?
I mean, I think this just gets us locked into the playoffs regardless. I don't know the schedule off the top of my head, but I think defeating another ranked opponent in Penn State after, I think, beating Nebraska, if I'm not mistaken, last week, who was also ranked above us, I think that pretty much all but cements us at least making it, if not on the bye, at least just as one of the other 7 teams or 8 teams that get selected.
Mm-hmm. All right, Lucia.
All right, so that an amazing game from you guys today. What did you tell the defense to do to Penn State? You know, just came out guns blazing. Judkins did their thing, but this was mainly all because of the defense, getting you great field position every single time you guys had the ball. What did you guys do? What did you do?
I noticed that I blitzed once, and I think that was probably one of the biggest drives, or not drives, but plays of the game for Dalator right there. And from that point on, I just said, all right, no blitzing, no man-to-man, just straight zone coverage. Don't give up anything deep. Really, I don't like to play as corners. I let the AI corner do its own thing. And, I mean, you saw how it ended up. I got 3 picks out of it, and one of them being a 6. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
fair.
well, Ohio State ends off the year with 4 straight unranked games. You know, obviously the big one at the end against Michigan, or Michigan if you're from the state of Ohio. The road doesn't get any easier for Penn State. They host number 12 Washington next week, and then they ended off with Purdue, Minnesota, and Maryland. So both teams have a relatively easy schedule left if you count out the Washington game for Penn State. You know, the Big Ten standings, and we can get them, if I can get them pulled up right here, the Big Ten standings currently set. Oregon sits atop as the number 1 country, followed by Rutgers, Michigan State, Washington. So Ohio State will move to 4-10 in the conferences. Penn State will drop to 3-3. All right, Uchi, do you have any final comments before we wrap the broadcast up?
No, not really. Just Ohio State domination, and Penn State needs to win next week to even have a chance. That's all I gotta say.
All right, yes, must-win game for Penn State next week. We thank you guys for tuning in to the NSC Performance League YouTube channel for this week's edition of Game of the Week, and we will see you back soon.